Our Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Harshvardhan, has just logged in and we would like to pay his tribute to the departed soul. Sir,
Good afternoon, all of you here. I can see the doyens of the medical profession and the field of cardiology sitting in this condolence meeting. It's a very, very sad moment, very, very difficult to describe. I had never been a student of Dr. Padmavati, but I loved, adored, and respected the woman like anything which is beyond my vocabularies and linguistic abilities to actually describe in words. She, as was being popularly known as the godmother of cardiology, she spent 103 years of her life serving humanity from the core of our for her heart, and till the last moment she was working so ably. We feel sorry that she had to succumb to COVID. She was in hospital for 11 days and ultimately on ventilator also. The news of her death was a great shock to all of us. The other day, in fact, I was just going through my Facebook and I saw a post of Dr. Sunil Modi, through which, in fact, I came to know about her death. And immediate feelings were to tweet and convey my deep feelings of sorrow and grief and sadness about her death. We all know that she was a very, very committed lady, and in her name itself, she had the blessings of Lord Shiva, she had the blessings of Rama, Lord Rama, and of course Krishna, Lord Krishna also. As her name was Shiva Rama Krishna Iyer Padmavati. Shiva, we know, is the god of gods. Rama, we know, is someone who has taught us Maryada and values, and Krishna is someone who has shown us the path of great karma, of sincerity and piousness. We could see all these virtues in the great godmother of cardiology. She was truly a doyen of the profession and particularly of cardiology. Whatever I have learnt about her, there are so many firsts in her life. One of the first female cardiologists, one who set up the first cardiac clinic, one who set up the first cardiac catheterization clinic, one who had set up the cardiology department at the G.V. Pant Hospital for the first time. She also started the DM cardiology course for the first time in the country. She was the one who established the All India Heart Foundation, along with a leading philanthropist, Ashok Jainji, which till now is training a lot of cardiology students and others on preventive cardiology, along with the association of WHO. We know that she was born in Rangoon. She studied in Rangoon Medical College. She went to London, she went to Sweden, she went to Harvard Medical School, Johns Hopkins University, and had so many great achievements to her credit. The Lady Hardinge Medical College, the Maulana Azad Medical College, the G.V. Pant Hospital, and the students who passed out from these places, they shall always fondly remember her as a great teacher, a great principal, a great director. I had the privilege to, in fact, meet her and start enjoying her blessings only when I became the health minister in Delhi. And an institution which she had established in 1981 after her retirement from Maulana Azad Medical College in 1977. I had the privilege to first time visit that National Heart Institute established by her along with my then Chief Minister Shri Madan Lal Khurana ji, sometimes in 1994. I very fondly recall that meeting with the great lady. I had seen her from a distance, I had read about her so much, and we used to love her without even meeting her. But after that first meeting, I remember having met her on number of occasions in the last 25 years or so, at different places, different functions. I don't know, it was my fortune that for quite some time whenever I used to read anything about her, an intense desire used to awaken sort of in my heart to go and meet her once. But unfortunately, it was my bad luck that I couldn't meet her during the last years of her life. She, we know, was awarded Padam Bhushan, Padam Vibhushan. At the age of 90, she got the fellow of the European Society of Cardiology. And there are so many great things about her. I think it's very difficult to describe Dr. Padmavati in words. On behalf of the total medical fraternity of India, on behalf of my health ministry, on behalf of my cabinet colleagues, and on behalf of my own Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, I would like to use this occasion to pay my greatest heartfelt tributes to Dr. Padmavati ji, the late Dr. Padmavati ji, who will always be remembered for all the great things that she did for the medical fraternity of India, and more particularly for cardiology. This occasion we have to, in fact, use to take, it's not a condolence meeting. I think it should be called an inspiration meeting, because whatever she did for the country, for the mankind, for humanity, for cardiology, for her patients. That is something which could be treated like a role model God woman of cardiology, whose great deeds could be emulated, are worth emulating by each one of us. I would thank God that He gave us the company of such a great doctor for so many years, who, in spite of her illness during the last decade or so, continued to serve humanity and was a role model for us. I will pray to God that she should continue to enjoy the blessings of God in His company. I am sure she is there, already there, but with her great deeds, she will always be with us. And we all have to revisit all the great qualities and virtues of the great Dr. Padmavati ji. And I am sure each one of us has been inspired by some of the great qualities of the lady. And if we could make sure that some of those great things we could imbibe in our culture, in our deeds, in our actions, and make our life slightly more dedicated and committed towards the welfare of human beings, that would probably be the greatest tribute to the greatest godmother of cardiology born in India. Thank you, all of you, for organizing this meeting and also giving me the privilege to convey my heartfelt condolences on this occasion. Namaskar. Om Shanti.
Thank you, sir, for joining us in this condolence meeting and expressing your fond memories of family. We thank you. I now request our former dean, Professor A.K. Agarwal, a renowned ENT surgeon and a former dean, to say a few words for Dr. Padmavati.
All my colleagues in front of me in this hall, my colleagues who are connected with us online, our Honorable Minister of Health, I was just wondering and asking one question to myself, that did any one of us knew that a little girl was born exactly 3,547 kilometers away from New Delhi in 1970. And that lady, that little girl, will turn to be an example for medical profession. Besides her, so many firsts. This has been mentioned, we all know. The first student, the first cardiologist, the godmother of cardiologists. What not. But since I'm sitting in Bansi campus, I will just in 1 minute try to elaborate her contribution to men's. I know many of my colleagues are there who perhaps know better than me. And as our Honorable Minister said, condolence is one part, but to cherish her contribution. And that is our aim of today's meeting. She joined Vamsi campus in 67. As ex-dean of this campus, of course, I was not in Vamsi. I joined Vamsi in 81 by the time she retired. But I was associated with her mainly when I became dean. We used to invite her, she used to come for our function, annual day. And perhaps one more reason of my association with her is my family, because she was a great friend of my father. They both started their Vamsi in 1967 from GB Pan to Dr. B. Many of you, she was the director principal of this campus. Means, Nandini, your power, Anil, your power, and where is Dr. Suresh? Dr. Suresh. That means three of you were in one power at the time of Dharma. And that sort of power, managing the whole campus together, of course, somewhat, I'm not 100% sure, but when she finished her inning as director professor, the government decided to divide this particular post to three parts: dean, director, and MS Loknath. That is what my knowledge goes. Because they felt it's too big a part until you can comment upon it, if you know something. So that's, see, I was just wondering that, see, the typical example of woman. When I was discussing with one of my lady colleagues today in Apollo, she said, no sir, she is from Lady Heart. No sir, she is not the typical example of woman empowerment. She is an example for men to feel empowered. That if the women of India does not need empowerment, they can give empowerment to men. But that sort of success, the lady she was. She was a perfect example of medical teacher, administrator, clinician, everything. She was the perfect mix. And I really wish that Dr. Ogi Yadav and Dr. Mani and Dr. Tyagi are here. Perhaps by virtue of the subject they are greatly associated. I wish there should be a write-up on her which should be read by each and every medical student of past, present and future, so that they become a better medical profession. At the end, I will just like to read, if wrinkles must be written on our clothes, आने हैं wrinkles तो आने, तब तक छुपाएंगे age factor. Let them not be written on our heart. The spirit should never grow old. And that was the typical example shown by Dr. Dharma. A lady who survived for 103 years. I understand by mid-90s she was often found in swimming pool. Is that from 94? That's right, mid of 90s.
Absolutely.
And we must learn something. We must learn something. She was visiting the hospital till practically few months or till the end. These are the examples we have. May her soul rest in peace.